Welcome back to another episode of Who Should You Choose, the video series where I got through the prior videos, questions, and comments and help you with your hot lineup decisions. Everyone was asking for a ranking video for the the Four Nations Face-Off hockey event. I didn't get around to doing so. I was away last weekend, and sort of the first 3 days of being back wasn't able to do so. So I thought I would just kind of touch on that at the beginning of this video. If you are still looking to make an MSP, I'm going to do a blanket statement here. Unless you are a diehard fan of the player, the 92 overall versions are just not worth it. Like, there is no way that trading into 91 overall MSPs at their current cost, unless you got them all for free, like you grinded everything throughout this event, would I recommend getting any of them? If you are going to make one of them, it would be Sidney Crosby, simply because you could make Adam Fox's X Factor card and just kind of bring him up for a much cheaper price. Isn't going to be the same good, or isn't going to be as good, but you can still acquire that card technically, and it's far cheaper by making his X Factor, paying the 80 overalls for each token, and upgrading him. Crosby's card is very good. And then you've got Philip Forsberg as well. Forsberg's card I like, but he's a pure left-handed winger, and Crosby at least gives you some lineup flexibility. Saros, I can't believe they made Saros the 92. I would love to see the numbers on that set. In terms of the 91s, the only one that I think is S tier, and S tier would be cards that I think you might regret not making. But I'm not really rushing out to make him either. If I can, I can. Would be Rantanen, and Rantanen's card is just kind of cracked the way that they built it, and he's able to play center. All of the other cards are good, in my opinion. I don't think they're unbelievable must-haves. So if you are a fan of Canada and you want to make Braden Point's card is good. Gustav Forsling's card is pretty good as well. If you're looking for a left-handed defenseman, him or Heiskanen. But I think the extra acceleration on Forsling would actually kind of be the tiebreaker there. Both are fine, but again, nothing fantastic. If in all honesty, because of the way that they did the cost to create them, they have made 87 overalls. I saw 87 overalls go for like 10,000 coins currently, and that's because 84s and 87s, they are the exact same in value. If you're not using the card, so if you're not using 87s in your lineup, then whatever. If you just started the game, you just started it, I would go and fill my lineup with 87s. Like, go through and look at what the best 87s are that you can acquire, the fastest ones, those kinds of things. Throw them in your lineup, and you can have a usable team. Like, the market is completely demolished, and it's because they went from 84s turning into 86s, but the 86s have to be from the event to make an 88, and then the 88s are used for the master set play items. If they would have just made 86s from any event, right, from any availability, that would help out the market. I don't know what they're doing, and I don't know if that's actually a problem. Like, I guess they're making things so different, keeping us on our toes. The game is completely different every single 2 weeks. Part of me thinks that because of how much time and money is invested into this game, if you play it yearly, that there should be some stability in week-to-week stuff. We don't even know when game breakers come out. They just come out, and I think it's really frustrating for the player base. I don't know what's going on this year. I don't know if it's all just a beta test of content for next year, and maybe they're taking all this data in, all the sets that were made, all the sets that weren't made, and they're like, you know what? Now we have data for a year. We're going to release banger content. And maybe that's 5% hope of that in NHL 26. But nonetheless, I just wanted to quickly touch on like a rankings. I know it's not, what I normally do and go through. I think McAvoy's fine as well. I think there's a lot of good right-handed defensemen, but really it comes down to Crosby if you want a 92, make Fox's X Factor, upgrade him all the way. Rantanen is by far the best of the other options, but they're all pretty good. Like, they're all, other than Saros, they're all pretty good. That being said, let's get into the most liked comments. We'll start first with Coast Ghost. I 100% agree with the statement. Good ideas with poor execution for the content this year. Yeah, like I said, man, it feels a lot like, hey, let's try something new every single event. And if I were to go back and we looked at NHL 21, 22, 23, 24, like, we would find times where we're like, man, it's the same thing over and over again. Let's see some innovation, all of that. However, at its core, there is a lot of things that we just enjoy, like your long chase cards, and they just wipe them out, and they don't upgrade really regularly at all. And a lot of the cards, like, no prime times. I never thought that I would miss a prime time card, because when they were out, everyone hated them. They were just more stuff because they weren't really impactful. And once Team of the Year happens, they're basically just, hey, does this card upgrade my Team of the Year item or Team of the Season item, right? But man, the dire need for just cards from real life performances is just so necessary. Um, I just think that that's really really it. The XP bonus tiers should be limited. Packs along the way need to be better. Receive better rewards just playing to Elite One every week in squad battles. 100%. I want to touch on the delayed season as well. So I released a video yesterday just going over all the new content and talking about how they delayed the season. I don't know what happened. There's nothing in the background that we know extra in terms of why it was delayed. Some people are hypothesizing that it was because people were saving their objectives and they didn't want the same thing to happen where the next season starts and then people can redeem saved objectives and it would blast it. But those ended 10 minutes before the actual thing came out, so I don't think that was possible. Anyways, it does look like if you have the message like no more games played or no more games available in Rivals, I don't know how to get that. I don't know if it's because you've played an exceptional amount, and I'm not judging you for it if you have, but apparently if you have that message in Rivals, you're not getting XP for your games, which means that like awfully tough because what ended up happening by delaying this, they gave us another XP path. It has a lot of things that you can do in it, but there's a lot of the casual player base that simply doesn't have the time. I had comments and people coming to my stream being like, hey, I'm a dad and I had, this weekend off and I grinded for like 4 or 5 hours on Sunday to finish the XP path to get Larkin. And now it's like, oops, it's extended. And not only that, they finished all the XP. I hit max of XP like 2 weeks ago. And when the green thing went off because I finished off one of the objective paths, I would just redeem it because I have OCD. Going forward, don't redeem it if you've hit max, I guess. In case they do this again. So awfully frustrating there for sure. I could not get the last moment for Zetterberg. I traded for the final 4 collectibles. Done and happy, not beating my head against the wall. Would be nice if the Titans upgraded even with collectibles of some kind. 100%. That'd be kind of fun as well. Sorry I didn't release the Zetterberg video. I did it in one go, in one stream. Took me like an hour and a half. There were some that I struggled on a little bit, but nothing like Panarin. I could put together a video. If you want, let me know in the comment section today. Just in your comment, just type, hey, could you show me how to do Zetterberg? I can put one together. I don't think it's all that difficult for the people that can do it, I guess. So you're struggling to score with Zetterberg, come down the right-hand side, cut into the middle, shoot low far side. For the upstairs goals, get on a breakaway. Okay, so come back into your zone. You're faster than pretty much everyone. Get going, and when you get in tight on the goalie, you want to go forehand, backhand, forehand upstairs. It worked both times for me. That's what I recommend. The one-timers, you basically take him in the zone, right? And you bring him to the bottom right, so he's in the defensive spot. Wait for your defenseman to actually change positions. Once he's there, pass it over to the other defenseman, pass it back, one-timer. That was how I did that very easily. Trobot says, hey, thanks for acknowledging my comment last video. Old man jersey opinion follow-up. I totally agree about wearing an Ice Dogs customized jersey. That would appear super awkward. This is me talking about how I'm not big on wearing players' names on my jerseys. It's wear blanks now. However, in 5 years, when Celebrini is leading the Sharks deep into the playoffs, I don't want you to feel guilty for wearing his jersey. I made another thing where I heard someone on social media say that they don't buy jerseys for anyone that's younger than them. And I kind of dig that. I still don't think I would wear someone's jersey. Again, I'm at the point now where if I buy a jersey and it has someone's name on it, it's going on the wall. Or it's going to be shown off in the shadow box, that kind of thing. I like the look of wearing, tonight for Team Canada, I'm going to a party. My buddy's hosting. I'll wear my blank Team Canada jersey with a nice pair of jeans, I think it's a decent look. I think hockey's the only sport where, you could wear a jersey and, it looks nice, So, I think the jersey thing goes in waves. Oh, this is actually a good... I didn't realize it, sparks such a debate when you talk about jerseys. When you're a kid, you look up to these guys and rock their jersey. Then you get into your young adult life where it feels like, why would I wear another man's name on my back, especially if the player is younger than you? Then when you're old enough and all the players are younger than you don't even care to own a jersey. You just wear it to the game to celebrate your favorite team. You're no longer idolizing the dude, but acknowledging he's a player in a fair team. This is it. I think you've drilled it with this, 100%. Because, even when I go... Um, I have a massive hat collection. I don't show it. It's not in my background. I probably have over like 100 different hats. You probably won't catch a lot of streams where I'm not wearing a hat. And whenever I go to a new arena, I will try to find a hat that is a arena exclusive. The New York Ranger one I have, I'm not a big Ranger guy at all, but I spent like 3 weeks in Manhattan last year for the GWC, and I went to MSG a ton. And on my last time there, I saw an arena exclusive. It's that like dark brown tannish hat with the Rangers logo, but it's blue. Everyone loves it. I get messages from Rangers fans being like, "Yo, where can I order this online?" It's literally just from the arena. So I try and find an arena exclusive. So I just wear a hat to the game. Like I find that like I'm looking for like Sharks bomber jackets more than like the actual jerseys, which I don't know. Um, for being one of the oldest players in the game, I must say I've done well in online play with a winning record. Now the next challenge is going to play the best of the best in Hut Champs, as this is probably the best team I've built in the NHL 25, and now having the newest card in the 92 Titan, it just adds to an already strong team. I love this, man. I think that video games now, we're in a section of video games in the industry where if you're not like playing online to be like the best, you get this like FOMO or like there's no point, and it's exhausting, dude. I played online today. I played on Champs, right? I haven't played in about a week, right? I went 0-3 for the first time probably ever, right? There has never been a week where I've never gotten 10 wins. Sometimes it's taken me every few months. It might actually take me my 20th game or my 19th game to get 10 wins, but this is the least I've played this year, and um I've just lost that like I need to get to Div 1 because then my mood is just destroyed every time I lose. You get stuck in that. I've played 5, but you lost the last 2, so now you got to keep playing to get your skill rating up higher. And it's just a really frustrating experience. I find that when I go and play a new sports game, like MLB, for example, where I'm not expected to be as good, right? That I have way more fun. Like if you were to pick a new sports game and you start at the ground zero, getting that first win is just so epic. And as you start to stockpile some wins and you get a little bit better, that's the real chase. Once you get to Division 2 or Division 1, guys, like it is just a gauntlet. It's crazy with the amount of people that have deranked this year to play easier games because the best packs are literally just your 30 wins. So you get guys that in Division 1 fall down to Division 3 and now you're just seeing it run rampant, right? But it's something that they need to fix, and I think that maybe adding rewards would do it, like better rewards for higher end players. I don't know. My guess as to how they would code hockey luck into the game would be some kind of multiplier that gets added, subtracted as you win or lose. If you lose a lot more, your multiplier may be higher, giving you more of hockey luck. I don't know. I took one coding class and dropped it after 3 weeks. It was mad difficult. I had a guy in my chat, in my Discord. He's part of my stream, and he works in like C++ and like coding and stuff like that, right? And he built a doc about how like with source code he could implement ice tilt. And again, like in 10 years, if we get a developer that used to work at EA and he's like at the end of like some big conference, whatever, he's like, yeah, there's ice tilt. Would it surprise me? No. I just don't know what it looks like, right? Like, I don't have faith that they could code something like that in because I don't have the faith that they would. The game isn't, it just seems complicated and it doesn't feel like they can do complicated things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. As someone who was a no life player for a long time and switched to a super casual player, I've been super happy with the cards I've been able to get just through doing the moments in squad battles. Did it take me until a day or two before the end of the season to get Larkin? Yes. Did I enjoy grinding on my own time to get said card? Yes. I just really appreciate that it's no longer a system that you either have to play every day or you get nothing. That is one thing. Like the XP path is the future of this mode, right? It is. When I remember saying that the XP path will be the best thing that ever happened to Hockey Ultimate Team, and I still stand by that. If they can make it where, let's say a season is a month, okay, and in that month you've got 2 events, maybe it's 3, and throughout the XP path, right, you can hit getting packs from certain events. So now imagine there was a 4 Nations pack in the XP path, right? And let's say you got it and it gave you a 4 Nations card randomly. Could be an MSP, whatever. Like those kinds of packs just need to be in the store. I still stand by that every season you should be able to make a captain from X Factors or a power up icon, right? Like at least one just from free stuff. I like that the collectible system kind of bypassed that, and we were allowed to choose what packs to make for sure. I do like that. It seems a little cheap and easy though. And I do like the XP players. The 90 overall XP players, guys, that you can upgrade with those XP tokens, underrated. You had a 90 overall for free, and a lot of these cards are better than most of the event items. So I agree. I think that there are some good things from this season in terms of content. I think that the overarching theme though is that like I mentioned from the first comment, like good idea, poor execution. Hey, Slave, something I've wanted to discuss about the XP path. People often say that it is terrible because of how quickly they are finishing it and use references like MLB The Show as an example of a grind that doesn't stop. The big thing we forget about MLB is that their system has a capped daily limit of XP you can gain through gameplay, whereas in NHL, you are uncapped, allowing people to go crazy in the first weeks to finish it. I think I like the uncapped system with unlimited tiers, or with limited tiers, versus the capped one with the infinite, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts. If they were to cap it daily, okay, I think you would have to do like mathematics on it. So, like, if you were to do everything to hit the daily XP limit, 5 hours of playing the game. If you can play 5 hours of playing the game and you still have more time to do so, congrats. Like, that's awesome. I don't even have that. But I think that would allow the time gated content that I was talking about. So, like, let's say it was capped every day. Okay. Now, it's not that, okay, you can only earn up to this point. What if it was start the event or start the season? Okay. Every day it's capped at 25,000 XP. I'm making up numbers. Okay. But the first event is, so they have event cards in the actual XP path, right? So you don't have to do those stupid objectives, right? And it's like 150,000 XP in. Now, every day, if you were to play a week later, you don't earn 25,000 and stop. You could catch up. That is how I would do it. Like a daily limit, but it's a rolling limit that is adding on every day. That is how I would do it. I think that would be the way. So if you waited, now then the alternative would be like if I could just wait to the end. But I don't know. I think that would probably be the better way to do it. And then at the end, or even just do what they're doing now, they added in the extra tiers of the bonus from the XP from delaying the season. Dude, just give. I don't know if the tech is there to just have unlimited cards at the end. I feel like they would have done that, right? Like it just seems the 382 and above card packs that we just got from the bonus tiers that we just unlocked if you were able to get them. I've gotten 4 of them already, and I haven't pulled anything less than 85, and 3 of them I pulled in 86. Crazy good value. Like those are actually half decent packs. And if we can earn them, for every 20,000 XP, unlimited and just keep going, like, God, I would love that. But, I just don't, anyways. When making the new Titan card, you get a notification that when you make B&D cards, you don't have the ability to put them into sets unless specified. Is this not confirmation that EA is going to make a set to include B&D cards? If so, I feel this would be a completely backhand to the player base. Personally, I think introducing B&D cards is a perfect example of a right idea, terrible execution. Love the content, give the great work. No, because the B&D cards are what bricked sets. So if you played at the beginning of this year, the reason why we have no multi-select or autofill, it was broken. It did get fixed, but the reason why it was broken was because B&D cards can't go in. Like on a coding level, if it's listed B&D, it can't go into a set. So like fundamentally, it means like no matter what. Maybe they come up with a thing for it where they could turn it in. If they did that, it would be like what just happened with the delaying of XP, because they didn't mention it earlier. All the people that cashed in their earned XP wasted essentially. And all the people that got rid of B&D cards because they're filling their lineup or they couldn't literally make sets with them in their collection, just be a brutal way to go. So I don't think so, man. I maybe next year. The XP path being extended by 5 days is legitimately the first time I've been really annoyed at this game. Started over the holidays and was loving the experience. The XP was plentiful this season. Anyone who isn't at Larkin just didn't want him or didn't play the game. Like I want to stop you here because that's a blanket statement. There are a lot of players, man, that get 3 hours a week. And technically, maybe you shouldn't be able to earn that. But that being said, man, there are lots of people out there that just don't have a lot of time. But if you did the XP objectives, you could pretty much get there. So I agree and disagree with your statement. I just wanted to point that out though. Breezed through the Zetterberg moments and won 10 champs games for the first time and was really feeling like I was becoming decent at the game. All of a sudden, I'm counting down the days until I boot up Diamond Dynasty in a few weeks. What a shame. Like, tech issues happen. It's just they seem to happen so much in NHL. Like, if you just look at the menus and things like that and look at other sports games, it's just ugly. It's just basic. It's like we're playing a game. It's like we're playing an indie game. That's it. I've said this a number of times that, like, yes, they're under the EA banner. They are such a small portion of EA Sports that you cannot treat them like a AAA title studio. They are an indie development team in terms of size in comparison. And that's just what it feels like. And stuff like this, we're too passionate, but we put in a lot of time and effort because we like hockey, and this is what we got. And yeah, things like this are just extremely frustrating. So that being said, guys, so Canada USA tonight. All right. I just found out that it looks like I don't have comms. I don't know if this is going to be if Canada wins or if it's just whatever. I'm going to be able to give away a Master Set player item. Looks like Crosby to someone that wins in my draw. I'm going to do it on stream tomorrow during the content, like during my afternoon stream tomorrow. Again, I don't know if it is Canada wins. If Canada wins, then I'm guaranteed to do it. If USA wins, I don't have comms on that just yet. So I haven't given away a card on my content ever, I don't think. So not that memory serves. Kind of monumental. So again, Twitch stream is down below. If you don't watch Twitch and you don't know what it is, click on it. You'll see down below. The link is down below. Twitch.tv/12. I'll do it around 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. And all you've got to do is just get in there. I'll set up the giveaway. If this is happening, I'll set up the giveaway. You just got to hit ! giveaway in the chat or HUT or whatever I make it. You'll see it when you pop in there. And I'll make it where, I'll draw it around 5 or right before 5, okay? So I just want to give everyone as much, chance to enter into that as possible. It's kind of monumental. They don't really do this, but they're really trying to hype up Four Nations, and I can't blame them. Four Nations has been an incredible event. So that being said, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.